In this video, I'm going to talk about time management, how I manage my time, and the realism in managing your time combined with family, work, and everything else. My name is Charlotte Allen and you've reached my channel, The Felting Alchemist. So I really wanted to make a video about time management because I think it's really important. And the reason I think it's important is because I think there's a lot of unrealistic expectations out there for people to sort of say that we need to do everything. In order to have a successful business, needle felting business, any kind of business really, you have to be able to achieve X, Y, and Z by the end of the day. And a lot of the time it's just not achievable for people. And undoubtedly you have to have that passion there, you have to have that drive there, but you also have to be really careful of burnout. And I can speak from experience here that burnout is a real thing. So I want to talk to you a bit about how I manage my time, and I am not by any stretch of the imagination any kind of unicorn when it comes to managing time and getting things done. I am the biggest procrastinator around, and I am messy, I'm unorganised. You can speak to any of my family members and they will tell you that. You can speak to any of my work colleagues and they'll tell you that. And then also talk about the things that do work for me in terms of time management and things that might work for you as well. So how does my day start? Well, it really depends on what I'm doing. As you know, I've got two little girls and they will wake up. They have this internal alarm clock set inside them that wakes them up at 7 a.m. regardless of what I'm doing. So I could put them to bed at 10 o'clock at night. Not that I do that because that would be suicidal and they'd be absolutely horrific. But I could put them to bed late. I could put them to bed early. Regardless of that, they will be up at 7 a.m. So I need to make sure that I go to bed at a reasonable time in order to be up for them at 7 o'clock in the morning. Having said that, I work shifts, so sometimes I finish work really late and I will still have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning in order to get them ready for school, unless they're staying at grandparents or my husband's helping out or something like that. So that's the first thing that I have to factor in. I also have to factor in my YouTube channel, and as many of you know, I'm posting daily at the moment and I'm going to be doing that for a year. So I've got 365 videos to post, and at the moment I'm just about to hit video 70, so I've still got a way to go at the moment. So I have to factor that in, and some days if I'm working and I've got the girls, I haven't got time to put together like a really in-depth needle felting tutorial because there just isn't enough hours in the day. So what I tend to find myself doing, which is slightly horrific sometimes, but I'll wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I will either make or edit a video ready for 9 a.m. for you guys to be out there so it's done. And it feels good to get it done and it's very satisfying, but the 4:30 wake up can be painful. But once you're up, and then I can carry on with the rest of the day and get loads of other stuff done. The next thing I want to talk about is diet. So you know how people talk about clean eating, drinking like, I don't know, 1 litre of water a day, 2 litres of water a day, not drinking any alcohol, sort of eating loads of fruit and vegetables, yeah? I don't do any of that. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's a horrendous thing and I really need to work on that, but I'm terrible. I don't drink enough water. I probably drink far too much wine, and my diet is predominantly beige. And as for exercise, well, you've seen my yoga mat. If you watched my last video, my yoga mat is just collecting dust in the spare room. So all those things that people say you should do and you know you should be doing, I don't do because I just don't have the time. You know when people say, oh, but you need to plan, you need to be more organised, you need to batch cook and freeze, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I get round to doing it and I think, oh yeah, but I've got so much other stuff I need to be doing because I'm a massive procrastinator, and I make excuses for not having time to do it, and I'll be like, yeah, but you know, I'll just buy that pizza because that's easy and I can just shove it in the oven, and I'll buy that bottle of wine as well because, you know, it makes pizza taste nicer, and then I'll get stuff done. But it's really not good for me or for anyone else for that matter. I know I need to work on that. So I know I need to be a lot more healthy, but I want to tell you this because I know there's a lot of other people in my position out there who probably feel guilty like I do for not kind of drinking the quantity of water they should do on a daily basis. But you're not alone, and I really struggle to get healthy eating down. And it does make a massive difference to how you kind of perform on a daily basis, because, you know, I've done things in the past where I've drunk loads of water and it has made a massive difference to how I felt, how I looked and all that kind of stuff. So we know it works, but I just don't do it. I don't know why, but I don't. So it's just, I don't know water's just, it feels like an effort. Water feels like an effort to drink for some reason for me. I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but hey ho, that's how I feel. Organisation and time management. People say you need to be organised, to have things planned out. I don't at all. I go to work. I know when I'm going to work, but I do have to check that on a daily basis because, you know, I'm not really ever sure what I'm working because I work shifts. So that's kind of a constant, although it does change. The girls, they're predictable. They go to school unless one of them gets sick, then that throws it all out of the window and you've got to kind of change all your plans around for that. But when it comes down to being organised for everything else, especially the tax year, I procrastinate and I just leave it to the last minute. I am very much a last minute Larry. I leave everything to the last minute. And then once I kind of get to like the 11th hour, I'll kind of really go for it and I'll get it done. But I have to get to that point before I'll get it done. And I do find I tend to work well under pressure. So like with like half an hour to spare, then I'll kind of like focus and I'll get it done because I know I have to. But I am really bad when it comes to organising and getting things done in a timely manner. My God, if I was applying for a job interview, nobody would employ me. So this is between us, guys, okay? Don't share this with anybody else. The point that I want to get to is that nobody's perfect. That's the point I'm making here. I am 100% not perfect when it comes to time management and getting things done. I am chaotic, I am messy, and I am kind of all over the place, haphazard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a challenge, and if you want to join me on this challenge, then that would be great, and then we can kind of see how we're progressing together. But what I think I need to do is get more organised and also try and get more of a routine into my day so that I'm kind of going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, and maximising those hours of the day that I have, that I'm awake to get things done, whilst also making time for myself, because I've gone through days when I haven't eaten. I will literally have breakfast and then I won't have lunch because I'm too busy, and then I won't have dinner because by the time it gets to dinner it's like 11 p.m. because I've just kind of lost track of time, and then I just think, oh wow, can't really be bothered now. I'll probably just have a glass of wine, to be honest. So it's so bad. I know it's really bad, but that's how my life is at the moment. So I need to get more focused and just try and have a little bit more routine. So this is my plan. A little while ago, I listened, because I don't have time to read, so I listened to the audiobook, The 5am Club, and it was talking about how waking up at 5am every morning is really good for you. You get loads done. It's kind of like the peak of the day. You can do all kinds of stuff. So my plan is I'm going to wake up at 5am every morning for the next 30 days. I'm not sure I'm going to do it, but if I tell myself that, I won't do it. So I am going to do it. I'm definitely going to do this. I'm also going to, and this is going to be the hardest bit, I'm going to give up wine, because I feel that that's probably impeding my progress in terms of waking up early. So I'm going to quit alcohol. I'm going to be drinking more water. I'm going to aim to drink at least a litre a day, and I'm going to be waking up at 5am every day for 30 days. So if anybody wants to join me on this fun ride, please feel to join in with me. But I do think it will make a massive difference. I'm also going to try and incorporate some meditation in, and I know that sounds a bit kind of like new age, and I don't know, some people might not be down with it, but I do think there's a lot of benefits with meditating and trying to kind of get yourself nice and calm in the mornings, nice and centered before you start your day. Clear the mind, clear out all the stress and all the rubbish from the day before, and then go in kind of with a clean plate and start your day afresh. So that is my plan. Please let me know in the comments if you will join me on this mission, this 30-day mission as of today, which is, what is today? The 19th of September. So it's the day of the Queen's funeral today. God bless her. So I'm going to start this challenge today. So let me know in the comments below if you're crazy enough to join in with me. I shall see you tomorrow with more needle felting hints and tips. But until then, have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.